I remember I was in Tahoe and I sprayed the ball right, and then like there was a tree right there, hit the tree, and it came back. And this guy goes, "Fowler, you ever gonna get in the fairway?" I'm like, bro, like chill, bro. Like, you wanna play? Here, take this club.
Wait, what's more annoying, the hecklers in golf or the hecklers in right field?
Golf.
Yeah.
Because baseball, I'm like, all right, man, like, it's fine. Like, I know you can't do this. Like, this guy might actually be able to play out here.
What up, everybody? It's time for another episode of the Vanity Index podcast. I'm Wells.
I'm Chad.
How you doing, bud?
Doing good, man. Doing really good. It's summer, so kids are out of school, but more importantly, it's member guest season is starting to heat up. And the game that has been a bit loose throughout the winter months and the spring months starting to round into form. For better or for worse, the index is going down. I played around yesterday where there was some ample gambling happening, and I birdied the last hole to win it all. It was a situation here. Let me set it up for you, because this has a real effect on what was intended to be a vanity index, but is now starting to really rapidly shape up into an actual index. I am now a 0.0 after yesterday's 72. So it's a nice clean look, when you go from I think I was a 0.6 or a 0.8. Now it's 0.0. So I got to savor that. We'll put a screen cap of my gin just to confirm for everybody. But so we've been playing this game, as you well know. If you're a listener to this podcast, you know that my favorite game in the world is any variation of Hammer. So it's essentially a skins Hammer game. And at our club in the summer, things start to get a little bit busy, and for whatever reason, we've ended up in a lot of sixums. So normally we play as 5. We play Wolf. If we are 4, we'll do 2 teams, skins Hammer. But we've started to play left-right with 6. And I don't really love playing with 6. I think it's too many. But if we're going to play 6, we want to be gambling. We want individual bets. And so we've been playing left-right. So basically the way that left-right works is each hole has a dollar amount, essentially a skins game. So, we were playing yesterday for $5 a hole. And all 6 players tee off. And then you basically split it to the left side and the right side. So the 3 balls on the left that are most left off the tee, they become a team against the 3 balls that are most right in the fairway. And then the rest of it plays out like a skins game. So it's 3v3. It's the single best score from those 3 with hammers, birdie double, re-rack on 17, re-rack on 18, per usual. And we've now done it a handful of times, and it gets so fun with left-right, because especially on par 3s where if someone hits it close, you start seeing people deliberately, I want to be on team left, hitting it way left off the green. It gets a little saucy. But I was playing yesterday with a guy he's actually a Golf Digest rater, which I was asking him a bunch of questions about this, but his basically gets to go around and play all the best courses in the world and do rating work for Golf Digest as they build out their sort of top 100 lists. But this guy's a great player. He was a kicker at Stanford. And has kind of since committed himself to trying to become like a pro golfer, and he's a CEO. It's a really interesting kind of story. But anyway, he's a good player. And so we were kind of going back and forth all day, and we get to the last hole, and as usual in our games, we stacked up a lot of units on the last hole, and you can rename the kind of base bet. So it was a lot of money on 18, and so everybody else, all kind of 6 players, 4 of them are kind of out of position. So it's just me and this guy. We both hit it up the middle. He hits it to like 10 feet. And I hit what I thought was going to be a great like 9-iron, but the wind caught it. So I had maybe 35 feet for birdie across the green, big breaking putt. Of course, being that they're way behind, they hammer us. So it's already worth a lot. We accept the hammer. I proceed to drain this 35-foot putt on the last roll, like right in front of everybody. He misses the birdie putt. The old reversal on him, big time. Massive swing. Some real damage done, both to my handicap and to their bank account. So I'm feeling pretty good, my man.
As Freddie would say, the old Mongolian reversal, which I'm not sure if that's PC or not. I don't care. Freddie Couple said it, and it's okay, I think.
I think Sahith Thagala also said it.
Yeah, because he was quoting Freddie.
Sahith's immediately like, can I say that? I think you're fine. You know what?
Yeah.
This is a free country, freedom of speech. You can say Mongolian reversal. I think that's a compliment to the Mongolian army. Is the old, it was a Genghis Khan kind of situation. I feel like that's a compliment.
So
that's
you Genghis Khan this course raider. Did you ask him why our course isn't in the top 100?
I think that the answer is that we don't allow raiders.
So
that's probably one of the contributing factors. I don't think that's high on the priority list of the board of our club is to be rated in the top 100. I think we're very happy with the amount of play and privacy that is enjoyed at our facility. But
fair enough.
But he does get to play some cool places. He's a Cal Club member himself. I don't know if you've ever played Cal Club. But it's super cool. It's right next to SFO in San Francisco.
Yeah.
It's got a really cool vibe, kind of in the redwood cypress trees or whatever. It's sequoias, I guess. It's a cool course. If you ever get a chance to play it, definitely worth it.
Yeah, Northern California golf is so elite, I feel like. It's just beautiful, and it feels more like the Ireland, Scotland up there. It's cold and windy and rainy, and I love Northern California golf.
Yeah. I guess Steph Curry's a member there too. That's sort of his home club. But yeah, no, Cal Club is sweet. And I went up there once as a guest and did like a day trip. And he's like, yeah, it's pretty close to the airport. So you land at like a big international airport. I get in an Uber, and the Uber says 6 minutes to Cal Club from the pickup at the United line. I was like, there's no way this is right. But sure enough, you literally pull out of SFO and like pull into Cal Club. It's crazy. You can look at it on a map. It's right there. It's pretty awesome.
Well, I'm glad that your handicap is going down or up, however you want to say it. I'm getting worse at golf. I don't know why this is happening to me, but it is happening. And it's happening at a very bad time because I'm about to go play in a celebrity pro-am up in Maine, outside of Portland, Maine, called the Drive for Kids tournament. And here are some of the, I always think it's funny that I'm invited to this because I am not a celebrity the way that these people that are actually playing this are a celebrity, but I think that I bring in the female demo from the Bachelor world, and that's why they want me there. But listen to some of the people that are going to be playing. Rondé Barber, Jerome Bettis, Jay Billis, Clay Buchholz, Rex Burkhead, Vince Carter, Marty Fish, probably going to win, Dwight Freeney, Hallie Ledbetter will be there, John Lester, Derek Lowe, Blair O'Neill, Michael Pena, Caleb Presley from Barstool, or he was at Barstool, I guess.
Yeah, I think he's got his own thing now.
Sterling Sharp, Taylor Twellman. I mean, these are like real athletes, real celebrities, and my game is at its worst point it's been in so long because I've been gone. I was in Costa Rica for a month. Now I'm in New York. I really can't play out here. So I am gearing up for – it's going to be a tough one. I got to be honest with you.
I think I've only heard of like two of those people, by the way. I think you're definitely more famous than all of
What?
those guys. Except, maybe Sterling Sharp, I guess. Vince Carter, for sure. Sterling Sharp I know from – I think Tecmo Super Bowl from when I was a kid.
Okay.
He was a wide receiver, right, for the Packers?
Yeah.
He was.
Well,
yeah.
And Derek Lowe is a 2004 World Series champion with the Boston Red Sox. Michael Pena.
I got to work on my Pena. That's true. Pena's more of a celebrity than you. He's been in more movies than you have.
You've heard of Dwight Freeney.
That's the guy who's the Colt, right? He played. Was he offense or defense?
Don't worry about that. You've heard of Vince Carter.
I've heard of Vince Carter. He's
Rondé Barber,
guy, right?
Jerome Bettis, the bus.
Okay, the bus. I know the bus.
I just
also
think that
from
you weren't
Tecmo Super
listening
Bowl.
to me. That's what I think.
No.
There.
You just started listing names, and I was like, these aren't famous people. And then you're like, it's like, okay. And Marty Fish, I know literally because of golf. Even though I believe he was a very good tennis player. Correct?
Yeah, he was a Davis Cup captain.
I also know that he's that it's spelled with a D instead of a T, which I think is always cool, like a Marty, like Marty, which is great. But he's a Bel Air guy and is like a menace out there. The guy's a stick, absolute stick. He's a menace at all celebrity events. He might be the best celebrity golfer. I think would be pretty clear to say.
I play in a lot of these, and he's usually who's winning. It's like him or Tony Romo are the two, but usually he's beating out Tony Romo. So yeah,
we're gonna have to get your game in shape, Wells. We got to get you. We got to get you
How?
dialed in.
I know. I don't know.
I'm gonna see. Hold on. Let me look up Marty Fish. I want to see what his gin is.
Yeah. By the way, Marty is collecting country clubs in Los Angeles, like I'm collecting.
Broadway shows.
Yeah. I was gonna say STDs, but I didn't think that's. No, but he's a
Sarah
member.
might have that. So Marty is so he's Bel Air. I'm looking him up. His Bel Air gin right now is a plus 3.1. I mean that's that's
good.
That's playing some golf. Some golf. So yeah, good job, Marty Fish.
We're recording this the Friday of the U.S. Open, and I just wanted to put an update out there that only one person was able to beat Paige Spiranic's score at Oakmont, and that was J.J. Spawn on the first day.
Yep. Although they're playing it as a par 70, right?
Yeah.
And she played it as a par 71. So yeah, no. Either way, 4 under beats Paige at 3 under. So good job, J.J. Spawn. Bogeyless first round. This tournament will be over by the time you guys listen to this podcast. I'm sure J.J. Spawn has won by 10 shots. But good for him, and good for Paige, by the way. Like there was a lot of U.S. Open related content. Basically every influencer in golf released their Oakmont video. And I saw this highlight reel, which I should have put in the chat and we could have showed it, but maybe we can look it up and retroactively pull it up. But it was like kind of how all of the top YouTube golfers did. And I think Grant Horvat shot like an 82. I think Garrett Clark shot an 80. You had Wesley Bryan shot a 75. I think it was Brad Dahlke from Good shot a 75. It's just Brad's a freaking stick. And then, Sean Walsh maybe shot an 80. I think George Bryan shot maybe 76, 77. So I saw our boys at Foreplay. I think Riggs had an ugly 104.
Like 106 or something.
106 and got beat by Trent at 104.
Yeah.
So I saw Frankie with a 91. I played with Riggs. There's a lot of shit talking about his index. I'm actually getting tagged at Riggs this video highlighting his 106 and saying it's a vanity index. I will say I played him straight up at the Hay once. We were up for the 100-hole hike.
That's a par 3. You can't.
I don't care. Count. I was hitting it really well. He kicked the shit out of me.
Really?
Like I lost like a couple $100 to him. Now it was a par 3 contest, and it clearly, we watched the video. Maybe his drive error wasn't really working for him, but I do think it's possible that Riggs is a 4. Everybody's had bad days. But yeah, Oakmont's beating them all up, except for Paige Spiranek, our girl, going out there, showing them how it's done. Just what a boss.
Gotta love it.
Gotta love it.
We got a great show coming up for you. We're going to have Dexter Fowler on. He's a World Series champion, 14-year MLB veteran, and now he's caught the golf bug. So I'm excited to have him on the show and pick his brain. I know he plays in the tournament up in Tahoe, so that's always fun. We had Chris Harrison on the show before, who also plays in that, and that seems like a very unique, fun experience. So I'm excited to have him on. But before we do that, I wanted to really quickly, I saw this on social media, and it was Alistair McKenzie's course design.
Philosophy?
Course design philosophy. Yeah, here, let me pull it up here.
Let's hear it.
Or course design thoughts.
That's a good guy to listen to his thoughts on course design.
Yeah, in case you don't know who Alistair McKenzie is, he's the guy who, I mean, if you're listening to this show, I assume you know who Alistair McKenzie is.
I don't know. You said yourself you're bringing all the Bachelor audience, so there's maybe a lot of our strong female listener contingent. They're just here to look at you, and they don't know about Alistair McKenzie.
Yeah, well, yeah. So Alistair McKenzie, he's the guy who famously designed Augusta. He designed Cypress, he designed Royal Melbourne. So he's the guy who basically designed all the great golf courses that we know and love today. And he has some very interesting design thoughts. He was famously he was a World War II battlefield strategist. And so the way that he saw battlefields is funny because it's also the way he sees golf courses, which are battlefields for us, I think. And so I wanted to rip through this, and I thought, yes, sir.
Sorry, just to correct the record here, I believe he was a World War I battlefield strategist. And potentially even maybe an earlier war.
Yeah.
You know, like I think it was the Boer War? Boer War?
Yeah.
The Boer War. So anyway, but yes, I am familiar with this. He was an expert in camouflage.
Yes.
So let's, and by the way, shout out to Fried Egg Golf. That's the people who put this together that we're looking at now. Friend of the show, Andy Johnson, founder of Fried Egg. It's the sort of foremost architecture. If you're interested in golf architecture, give them a follow. Those have really nice graphic design. So go ahead, Wells.
All right, so here's Alistair McKenzie's 13 principles of golf design. Number 1, course, where possible, should be arranged in 2 loops of 9 holes. There should be a larger portion of good 2-shot holes, 2 or 3 drive and pitch holes, and at least 4 one-shot holes. There should be little walking between the greens and tees, and the course should be arranged so that the first instance, there's always a slight walk forwards from green to the next tee. So this is very old school stuff of having your tee boxes very, very close to the greens, which I really appreciate. But in this new world of golf architecture and golf carts, you don't see it as much as I'm sure you used to back in the day.
No, especially in like all those courses that were built in these residential neighborhoods where you're essentially like every hole is framed by houses and you're taking carts from hole to hole. And then when you get on one of these classic courses and you finish a green, I mean, what really just like gets me going is when the green is actually like the tee box is part of the other green, just a direct extension. The other one that's really sick, you get at places like Oakmont actually, and also like LACC, where the putting green where you practice is also the first tee box. I mean, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Also, the 2-9 should loop. Now, I've heard some thoughts of it should be 6, 6, and 6 all looping back to the clubhouse for optimal beverage consumption, which I don't hate.
I think the idea of like if you're going to build a new course and you could build it in loops of 6 and that way you could go play 6 holes and not have to be gone. You know, you could probably do 6 holes in about an hour and 10 minutes. I love that idea for a sort of modern, more family oriented club because sometimes 9's too many, but you could still go play 18. So I'm a fan of the 6, 6, and 6, but haven't really seen it put into play yet. But agree with you on that.
The mark of the beast. Number 4, the greens and fairways should be sufficiently undulating, but there should be no hill climbing. Really, Mr. Augusta National? Every hole should have a different character. 6, there should be a minimum of blindness for approach shots. And 7, the course should have beautiful surroundings, and all the artificial features should have so natural an appearance that a stranger is unable to distinguish them from nature itself. Thoughts on that?
Real camouflage expert right there. It's just saying, if we're building something new, you're going to think it's old. I love that.
Yeah, you know, I've heard the thing of like the best golf course designer is God, right? Like, don't try to change too much of these places. Let the earth speak for itself. I did find you shouldn't have to be climbing up a hill because I feel like that's all I'm doing at Augusta is just hoofing it up.
I know Augusta, famously hilly, known for its hills. But yeah, I mean, I think the 18th hole at Augusta might countermand this philosophy about hill climbs. But fair enough.
Number 8, there should be a sufficient number of heroic carries from the tee, but the course should be arranged so that weaker players like myself, with the loss of a stroke or a portion of a stroke, shall always have an alternate route open to him. This just reminds me of 16 at Cypress, which is this crazy long par 3 over water, but you can bail out left with like a 200-yard shot or even less than that and play it kind of old school. I like this. I think this is important.
I think just keeping on the Cypress train, the 8th hole at Cypress is, I think, an even better example of this, and is the hole that has singularly destroyed my good rounds at Cypress every time I've been lucky enough to play it, because it is a hard 90-degree dogleg right over the dunes.
Yep.
And you can carry it Like you have to carry, it's like a 200-yard carry or 215 to get like cut a massive corner. There's tons of fairway right in front of you, but I'm never smart enough to just hit it down the fairway. I always try to hit it over the corner. Every single time I've played it, I've come up short. I've mishit it somehow. I've ended up in the dunes. You're absolutely jailed there. That's like, to me, the ultimate example of it, because you just got to step up and hit a blind shot over a forced carry. Number 8 at Cypress. Ooh, kills me every time.
Number 9, there should be infinite variety in the strokes required to play the various holes. Interesting brassy shots, iron shots, pitch and run-up shots. So he wants you to have a lot of versatility and options with what to do. It can't all be, bomb and gouge or bump and runs and stuff. And I appreciate that. It's very old school. Like, I think a lot of these rules that he's got just remind me of things I experienced when I was in Scotland. Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of brassy shots.
Yeah, and like there's a lot of different ways to play a hole, which I think, like, we played with my buddy Andy Firestone, who just hit like a 5-iron, like a low stinging 5-iron every hole, and most times he was further down the fairway than we were, who were just bombing driver. And I remember being like, it's just so interesting. You can play this so many different ways, and the course is always different, which I think is cool.
That's what I love about golf, the creativity when you play a course that gives you options. And in some ways, I find that to be harder because it doesn't tell you what you're supposed to do. And you're like, okay, I could play this one low, bump it into a hill. I could try to hit it high and flop it. I could hit it with spin. I could go left. I could go right. And then you're just paralyzed with all these options. And when you get on some of these kind of more modern courses that are just like, hey, it's a forced carry and you basically just have to hit a wedge or something into the middle of the green, you don't have as many. It's just not as creative, and that's why I love the short game just in general. It's my favorite part of golf because there's just so many different varieties on how you play stuff. I love this. This one, number 10, by the way, that we're about to talk about, the best. I love this. All right, go ahead.
There should be a complete absence of the annoyance and irritation caused by the necessity of searching for lost golf balls. Yes, sir.
God, yes. Some of the hardest courses that I've ever played, it's like you would not lose a golf ball.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter because it's so hard. And I think of Oakmont is a great example of that. Oakmont is so hard, but you're not going to lose a ball there, really. And I mean, you could hit it out of bounds really on number 1 and number 2. But for the most part, you're going to find it. And you could be a hack and still find it. You're going to play with the same ball the whole time. And it's going to kick your ass, but you can find it, and I love this.
Well, you might not be able to find it because the rough is so thick, but yes, I see what you're saying. But yeah, like Augusta's like this too, because there really is no rough, second cut. But like it's all pine straw, so you kind of find everything out there, which I think is cool.
That's right,
yeah.
Unless you're hitting into the water, in which case you're not searching anyway, because it's in the pond. Or the creek.
Number 11, the course should be so interesting that even the plus man is constantly stimulated to improve his game in attempting shots he has hitherto, I love the fact that he used hitherto, been able to play. Number 12, the course should be so arranged that the long handicap player or even the absolute beginner should be able to enjoy his round in spite of the fact that he's pulling up a big score. And lastly, the course should be equally good during winter and summer. The texture of the greens and fairways should be perfect, and the approaches should have the same consistency as the greens.
Wow. I like plus man. We got to bring back plus man.
Yeah, and hitherto.
What's a plus man? Hitherto, for sure. Long handicap.
Well, you were a plus man, and now you're just a 0.0 man, so...
all is right with the universe. I think there's one more, right? Isn't there a 14th?
Oh, yeah, I thought it was 13, but hold on.
Oh, yeah, no, it is 13. Sorry, it definitely says 13 right there.
Oh,
number 14. Listen to their podcast.
I love that, though. Like, I don't think I disagree with a single one of his things.
I totally agree, and all of the sort of classic courses you feel like kind of have this mix of strategy and options, and Alistair McKenzie was a huge proponent of kind of like not having a ton of rough, enabling you to kind of make a heroic shot to get back in the game. All that stuff makes the course super fun to play for a good player or a kind of just a abject amateur.
Yes. Well, we bow down to you, the late great Alistair McKenzie. All right, quick break on the Vanity Index podcast. When we come back, we've got World Series champion, 14-year MLB veteran, and one of the most dynamic leadoff hitters of his generation on the podcast. Don't go anywhere. You do not want to miss this.
I got to give a quick shout out to Knockaround. They've been making killer shades out of California for years. Super affordable, and now they're actually the official eyewear of the PGA Tour, which is pretty awesome. I've been wearing them out on the course, and honestly, they're tough to beat for the price. If you want to check them out, head over to knockaround.com and use the code VanityIndex20. You'll get 20% off your first order. Some exclusions apply, but it's a great deal. Go take a look.
All right, welcome back to the podcast. Today's guest is a World Series champion, a 14-year MLB veteran, one of the most dynamic leadoff hitters of his generation. You probably remember him hitting, a pretty big, iconic Game 7 home run for the Chicago Cubs back in 2016, breaking, a 108-year curse and making baseball history in the process. But these days, Dexter Fowler is chasing a different type of green. Since hanging up his cleats, he's gone full swing into the world of golf, turning a casual love for the game into a serious post-baseball passion. He's teed it up at the American Century Championship. He's building ventures off the field and somehow still finds time to be an broadcaster, businessman, and family man. We're talking about the mindset shift from the batter's box to the tee box, life after the big leagues, and what it means to compete when the cameras are off and the clubs come out. Welcome to the Vanity Index podcast, Dexter Fowler.
I can't wait, man. I've been waiting for this one for a while. If we're talking golf, I'm talking. I love. Like you said, I got the bug right now. So, being a part of a golf podcast, I'm all in.
Come on, baby. Love it. And the golf podcast, the Vanity Index podcast, all about athletes in golf, celebrities in golf. No pressure here. We're just talking about the greatest game ever. And Wells, by the way, what an intro. Was that just off the top of your head?
I just made it up. You guys don't do that?
Yeah, that was great. What a pro. Pro.
So, Dexter, we usually start the show by asking our guests what their index is.
3.
Whoa.
I already knew you were going to ask. You know what? I was like, the first question has got to be, because then we can see where we're going to go from there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Wells, what's your index right now?
It's not as good as that. I think I'm a 3.8. So this is good, man.
I think I got a new partner now.
Right.
Yeah, that's great.
Let's talk about your game, Dexter. You're a baseball player, so do you have the typical baseball player miss? Do you have like a big cut?
I don't. I go the other way.
You do?
Yeah, I go the other way. I got my miss is left.
Yeah.
If I'm miss is I'm missing left. I'm not missing right at all.
See, I
think because my mindset was like, hey, everybody hits the ball at a little slice, and I said I'm not going to do that. But then I overcorrected, so now I'm like, but the one-way miss is I'll take it all day.
I was going to say that's the mark of a guy who's actually like a low single-digit handicap. He's got a one-way miss. He's like, it ain't going right. That's all the best players in the world. They got a one-way miss. So you can
now I cut my wedges. I hit a draw, but I cut my wedges. Yeah.
Yeah, saucy.
As you should for some spin there. All right, so you got into a 3. How long did it? Like when you started, what were you, and how long did it take for you to get to this number?
I was probably 14, 15.
Okay.
I mean, when I started, and then I got down to, so the lowest I've been was a 1.6.
Damn.
Amazing.
And then I started getting lessons, and it got worse.
Yeah.
But I have more shots. I've gotten better than the 1.6 that I was, because I only had one shot. I couldn't play in the wind. It was like the conditions had to be perfect. And then ended up, like I said, getting lessons, learning how to hit knockdowns, learning how to really chip and putt. So it got back up. It was up to like a 3.5. It's gotten down to a 3. I just don't play enough. I'm probably better than a 3. Just don't get to play like I want to. It's baseball season, and it's 107 degrees in Vegas. So
yeah. So
if you're going outside, you're not playing golf. Yeah.
No. You got to be out there at like the crack of dawn if you're going to.
Right.
What's so? Did you ever play golf growing up as a kid, like even casually, or did you pick it up after your baseball career?
So my dad played golf. I used to, obviously he'd be on the golf course all the time, and just watching him, I was always playing baseball, but I'd go out with him maybe once or twice a year, and just hit the ball around. I mean, I didn't know anything, but so he tried to teach me the rules and all that. But never really played like that. I wish I would have, though. I'm trying to get my daughters to play.
That's how old are they?
6 and 11.
That's that's 11, just like kind of perfect. You know?
Yeah, she has a good. She actually had my 11-year-old has a really good swing. Like she has like, I posted her swing, like, but she's pretty good. She's an athlete.
Is she doing like clinics and stuff like that?
She does clinics, but I put her in lessons.
Oh yeah,
so I put her in some lessons, just because that's a lifelong, skill that you probably should have if everybody plays golf.
Well, especially as a female, as a woman, like a good
100%
woman golfer, man. So many opportunities there. Did you play at all like during your baseball career? Because we've had a couple of baseball players, and there's a lot of talk about people being out there. I mean, friend of the show Mookie Betts, we've seen him hitting balls during baseball season.
I play with Mookie. Yeah. So to answer your question, the last 4 years, I started playing golf. When I got to really in St. Louis, I started playing a little bit. Got the bug, got a full swing simulator, and I was like, I'm all in. Yeah. I'm like, so spent the money on that, and I'm hitting balls all day, and just fell in love with the game. And ever since then, I've been like, I wish I would have played more when I was playing, because that's when you can get on all the courses. You're traveling, and it's like, I'm already here. Let me wake up in the morning and go play. But never didn't think about it till later, so missed out on a lot of courses, but I'm trying to make up for lost times.
I feel like baseball players and like tennis players tend to have the best, easiest transition into golf, and hockey players too, I guess you could think about it. But we had our friend Charlie Day, who's not a baseball player, but like played competitive baseball growing up, and he's one of the better sort of actor golfers that we know. And he talks about like his baseball swing really helped him generate power for being like a pretty little guy, and that translated into his golf game. And I'm just curious. I'm always curious about athletes, elite athletes that come into golf. And one, it's like it's such a frustrating sport, and it's one that's so counterintuitive. It's like the ball's not moving. I mean, you're used to pitchers throwing their best stuff at you at 100 miles an hour, and no problem with that. But all of a sudden, you put that little ball in a tee on perfect conditions, and it's just like the game will just get in your head. So I'm just curious, like what was your experience as a baseball player? How did that translate to golf? Have you taken like any of the kind of thoughts that you used to approach, the way you played baseball? Have you applied that to your golf game?
Well, it's funny you say that, because you sit there and you're trying to teach yourself how to play golf. And I was self-taught, YouTube, I was everywhere, like just looking stuff up, like, oh, let me try this. So I guess with baseball players and with any swinging sport is you understand a swing. And that's a lot of it. Like if you don't understand the swing, it's hard to try to replicate what you're trying to do, right? So say in baseball, I know if my hands are here, I'm going to do this. So on and so forth. Same way in golf. Like for me, it's grip, alignment, and like your setup has to be perfect. Like with baseball, like as long as you get to the same spot, doesn't matter what the setup is, right? Reverting back, it's like you can't teach speed. I mean, you can, but only to a certain amount. But like us jumping into golf, we already have speed. It's like hockey players, they already have speed. Like tennis players, you already have speed. Your core, everything is already engaged enough to know how to swing a club or a bat or whatever it is. So I think we do have an advantage in that, right? But, I mean, golf is so technical, and it's so like you said, the ball's not moving. So everything else around you has to be perfect because the ball is sitting perfect, if that makes sense. And one little bit, one way or another, is going to do something crazy. Like us, we're hitting a round ball with a round bat, and it's, it doesn't matter where you hit it. I mean, we square it up quite a bit, but, I mean, a little bit here, a little bit there is still, you catch a seam and you're still going to get some hits.
Yeah. What is the mechanical differences between a baseball swing and a golf swing?
Baseball is a lot steeper. Like for us, that's why we start hitting that slice, because we try to get backspin on baseball. So, hitting you're trying to hit the bottom half of the ball and try to get this, so you can get that backspin, so you can hit homers, the line drives turn into homers. But golf is you shallow the club, right? So that's what we get up here, and if I get too high up here, my mind is telling me, because I've taken so many baseball swings, that I'm going to get here, right over the top, right? And so golf is the other way. You got to shallow the club, which is weird. And everybody always talks about, oh, hit the ball to right field, like, so you can get inside of it. But nobody really, like, if you tell me to hit the ball, when I was getting lessons, I told my coach this. I said, hey, people tell me to hit the ball to right field, but it opens up my club face because I really know how to hit the ball to right field. Right? So it's like, okay, I get it directionally, hit the ball to right field, but don't hit the ball to right, because I'm going to keep my hands inside the ball, and I'm going to hit the ball to right field. Like, that's, to me, that's the way my mind goes, because I'm a professional baseball player, so that, in those aspects, like, you just got to get the right teacher who really knows how to explain it to you the right way, then it clicks.
Yeah, so let me ask you about that. So you said you started taking lessons, and you've been able to completely, like, round out your game, and you're a much better, more complete player, it sounds like. And if you got some more time to play golf, you're going to be down there around Skratch here anytime. Where did you start taking lessons? Who are you working with? Did you experiment with a couple different coaches? Because, I mean, you've been a person who's been around coaching your entire life, obviously, as a professional athlete. Like, there's so much to it, I think, that's about coach fit, obviously, with the athlete or with the player. In my own experience, it's like I've had a number of golf teachers over the years, and the best ones were the ones that just kind of understood how to convey the information to me. It was all kind of the same stuff, but it was just about how to internalize it. Did you just, like, find this person? Where are you taking lessons? Who you working with? And was that, like, the first person you started?
So I took probably 3 or 4 lessons from a guy out here in Vegas before, but I lived at the Summit, so I here in Vegas, and I took lessons, like 2 or 3 lessons before, and then my schedule got crazy with a guy named Christopher Howard, and then I ended up coming over here, and when I was over here, Steve Hanlon actually caddied for me in the Lake Nona LPGA thing for me, so we took lessons. I started taking lessons in December with him, and up to the tournament, I really haven't had a chance to get more lessons, but we do playing lessons now. But, I mean, Steve understands baseball. He understands the swing. He understands how to speak to me so I understand, right? And that's a lot of it. Like, to be a good teacher, you got to know, how to relate to the person that you're coaching. And if you tell me to do something, I'm a kinesthetic learner. So if you tell me to do something, I'm going to figure out how to do it. My body is going to figure out how to do it, and I remember it. So I have to feel. You can't just tell me, hey, do this, because I can't do that. I have to feel that, right?
Yep.
So he gets me in the right positions to really swing the club instead of, like, just hitting the ball, right?
Yeah. Mechanical, right? Yeah, actually.
Exactly. You can't talk mechanics with me. I'm like, that's foreign to me. And you can't show me video and say, hey, you see this guy right here? I have to go out and just give me a feel. Give me a feel, and I can go do it.
Well, what's your feel when you feel like you're hitting it the best? I mean, you said you start out, like, watching every YouTube video. You're getting all these lessons, like internalizing, trying out all this stuff. What's your feel right now? Your go-to feel?
My go-to feel right now is almost like I have a barrel between my legs, and so I don't sway, so I can get back and really get into the ground. That's my feel right now. Like, so when I go back, almost like I'm holding something between my legs.
Interesting.
You're at this point of golf that I feel like I'm at as well, where I think it's the worst place to be in terms of handicap, because you're good enough to go and shoot a really low score, but then you can also throw up like an 85 for some reason, and then, like, trying to get from, like, a 3 down to Skratch, I think, is the hardest thing. It's like the final boss, in, like, Mario. What is the thing that, if you did a little bit better, would get you down to Skratch?
Keep the ball in play.
Yeah.
I mean, off the tee. If you're like, you know what, I've been working out, right? and my speed is crazy right now. Like, so
Yeah,
I'm
give us
hitting
some
balls.
numbers. I have a feeling that your swing
but
speed
I
and your
mean-
ball speed's ridiculous.
I mean, I'm sending it now, right? I'm sitting. I've been doing like golf workouts, but I also been working, right?
Yeah.
And so I like, case in point, like the other day we're playing at Summit, and I drove the green, and I'm like, from the tips, and I'm like, I've never driven the green from the tips, right? But it's also a gift and a curse because now it's like, all right, now I have this speed, like, and then I really try to get into one, and it's way bad. And then you're like, oh, I'm just going to try to do this. And that's a part, it's course management now. It's like, okay, like, why? I could drive the green, but why don't I just hit a iron or a 5-wood or a whatever into the fairway and then have a full shot in instead of that in between 40 yards in the rough, like you're trying to stop the ball, and it's just like, what am I doing?
So I'm assuming you're out at Summit. There's a bunch of PGA Tour players. Like Vegas has become kind of a hotbed. It was used to be Jupiter and Scottsdale, a little bit in Dallas. Vegas is coming on hot. You got Colin. I think Colin Morikawa is a member out there. I think Justin.
Yeah, I play with Colin all the time.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I play with Colin, Minwoo,
yeah.
Kitayama.
Yeah, Kurt.
So we play. Yeah, we get to play all the time. So
Who's got bigger quads, you or Kurt?
Kitayama for sure. 100%.
Bro doesn't
Now
skip
you
leg
say
day.
who hits the ball the furthest? Minwoo for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Menwoo sends it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, what do you take away from those guys' game in terms of learning from them, like being able to play with them, watch them up close?
Just how consistent they are. Like their misses aren't crazy. Like I missed that, and it's like, all right, it's a little in the rough, or it's a little over here, or they took a little too aggressive line, and now it's in the rough down here. But they know where to miss too. They know where their misses are going to be. So it's like, okay, like I'm gonna like, and it's crazy because in the wind, like it gets windy out here, but to see them play in the wind is because they ride the wind. They hit it again. They'll hit their ball flight against the wind. Like the nuances of the game like that's what gets you scratching down.
And it's also too like their contact is so consistent that it feels like the
Right.
wind doesn't affect their ball sometimes as much as it affects like yours or ours.
Right. You'll see Colin hitting balls out there or Minwoo, and the ball's like knuckling. And you're like, this is crazy. Into the wind, like there's no spin. It's
Just nasty.
it's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're no stranger to the big stage, obviously, but there has got to be something a little bit different from, I guess, walking up to the plate during a World Series and then also walking up to a tee box with like a couple hundred people and some cameras and a gallery around you. Like, do you get nerves doing that? Or is it always?
I actually think I'm more nervous on a golf course just because like that's not your sport. You know what I'm saying? Like you like in baseball, you're like, I've done this.
Yeah.
Like this is what I do. Like golf, that's not what I do. I mean, I'm trying to get it to this is kind of what I do, but I mean, I'm a long way away. But I playing in these tournaments, it makes it easy. Like Tahoe was my first like tournament I've ever played in. And now you have people, and it's like, okay, like I'm talking like tournament. Like I didn't know how to like keep a score. Like I was like, so what do we do with this? Like, so we just write down. You're taking mine. I'm taking like that. Like it was crazy. Like, so learning how that was stressful, and then going down and having to sit at the scoring table and be like, okay, this. Like people don't understand. Like that was stressful for me. And then you have added all the people down there, and if you're not in the fairway, you're like, excuse me, and people are standing there, and you're like, hey, like you probably need to move out the way. Like I don't know where this ball's going. Like we're not professionals.
Do
You have the hecklers.
Oh God. Well, especially sports, like team sports. I'm sure you got fans of the other teams just heckling. It's bullshit.
Yeah, but when you're on an island by yourself and the guy's right next to you. He's like, I remember I was in Tahoe and I sprayed the ball right, and then like there was a tree right there, hit the tree and it came back, and this guy goes, Fowler, you ever gonna get in the fairway? I'm like, bro, like chill, bro. Like you wanna play? Here, let me take this club. I'll watch you.
Wait, what's more annoying, the hecklers in golf or the hecklers in right field yelling down at you?
Probably Golf.
Yeah.
Because baseball, I'm like, all right, man, like,
Yeah.
it's fine. Like, I know you can't do this. Like,
Yeah.
this guy might actually be able to play out here.
Well, we this is the Vanity Index podcast. We talk to a lot of celebrities about celebrity golf. So I was wondering if you have any stories about playing with other athletes or other celebrities that stick out that our listeners might enjoy.
I'm trying to think. Good stories. I'm trying to think. I play with a lot of celebrities, good stories. I play with Timberlake all the time. Mm-hmm. At his 8 a.m. golf tournament. And he loves dancing. I play with him and Fallon. Fallon's crazy. I've seen Fallon, get down on the ground. But it's all fun. 8 a.m., we play that 8 a.m. golf tournament, and it's unreal. Because it's all the celebs. We all play together. And, you're out there just having fun. And we did a Ryder Cup this year, which was cool. And, to say crazy stories golfing, I really haven't had any. I don't bet, so that's probably
interesting. Let's talk about that, because usually athletes that we talk to are betting like crazy.
See, that's where you get the good stories. For me, it's just I'm trying to I don't bet because I didn't grow up betting. Mm-hmm. My dad said, you lose friends betting. Mm. You lose, you really see who people are. And I'm good, just being, competition for me is enough. I'll compete with you, but I'm not going to bet, because then I'm going to be, if you're going to cheat, I'm going to be mad. And then, mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I want to keep, I want no stress. I just want to go, golf is enough stress. I don't want to have to look and be hey, you can't move your ball, you can't do this. So many nuances of the game that people don't understand, and then you're betting, and it's just bet with the right person. I'm there's never the right person.
Do you play a regular game at maybe you're not betting, but do you play in a regular group? Do you like playing skins or Nassau, or when you go and compete or play at your home club and you're just out there having a good time? Is there a game you like to play, or are you just playing stroke play, your own ball?
Yeah, so if I play with I play with Devontae sometimes, Adams, and we'll play Stableford, just to make it fair. And then with my guys around here, we'll play either a team and 2v2 or match play, or sometimes we'll do front back.
Yeah,
I feel like Stableford doesn't get enough play in the U.S.
It's fun.
Interesting. It's so fun. And the first time I ever played Stableford, I got invited to this RNA conference at St. Andrews, and so we played. It was dope. I love St. Andrews. The old course is I'm obsessed. I want to go
next
back.
time you get invited to that, say you need a partner, and I'll go with you.
Hey, Dex, we'll make it happen. Trust me. Now that you're on the pod, we'll get you in the mix, because we get to play some cool golf. But no, they played Stableford. It was my first time playing it, and it was such a great way to do a tournament, because it really rewards birdies and pars, but it doesn't really punish big numbers. So if you make a 7 or 8, it's who cares, all right? Bogey's kind of the worst you can do. Right. And I think it's a fun format. It's extremely I think it's, as far as I could tell, it's sort of the format that everybody in the UK plays every time they play golf. They're very rarely playing stroke play. They're playing Stableford. So I love that you're doing that, because I feel like it's a great way to play kind of casual golf and still keep it competitive.
And all these celebrity tournaments, that's what they do.
Yeah.
They always do Stableford, double bogeys, -2, and pick up.
Yeah, you get that
you're out the hole, right.
Yeah, you get that at the pro-ams. It's kind of par. These pro-ams that are net events, it's par's the worst score you could make, typically. So you just,
right.
That's what the pros do.
Pace of play,
There was a fun one we did at the PGA Tour. They had this event, and they had it was at TPC Sawgrass, and it was a 4-person teams. It was a scramble, it was a shamble. But they had all of Scotty Scheffler's drives from the players, because he was the defending champ of the players. So they had marked off exactly where his drive was with a little flag on every hole, and you had the option of taking Scotty's shot for your tee shot, and then everybody plays a shamble in from there. And it was so fascinating to me, because I've been lucky to play a lot of golf with a lot of these pros, but it's interesting to see where Scotty was hitting his tee shots to win the players, and he shot like 6 under that day to go and steal it and win it. And it was fascinating because it wasn't like what you'd expect. Everything wasn't like 350 down the middle. It was just very defensive
strategic.
golf, like strategic.
Right.
Yeah, every time it was like the perfect angle. On the par threes, he was never firing at flags. He was away from the treble, but he was just on the fringe or like at a long putt. And you're just like, man, these guys, they manage their game so well.
That's it.
It's just
They
like
manage it so
eliminating
well.
those misses. Yeah, and they just know that they're good enough. They give themselves enough 10, 15-foot putts for birdie. Like some of those are going to fall, and all of a sudden
Right.
you're just like going low. And, it's amazing to watch.
They're not going for every flag. It's like, I'm just going to hit it in the middle of the green.
No, it's funny. It's funny.
Get
Yeah,
out.
I play with a lot of like elite amateurs, and they fire at flags a lot more than these pros do. And even like elite college players, like they're going at everything. And these pros are like aiming away from the flag. They're pin high every time. They've got an uphill putt. And guess what?
Also, the young bucks now are different.
That's true. That's true.
They're like, you see it like, they're just so more, they don't care. They're just like, I'm just trying to make birdies. I'm just trying to hit the ball as far as I can, as hard as I can, and go at it. Like I play with, what's his name? Reitz. What's his,
Charlie Reeton?
Charlie Reedy. He crushes the ball. I play with him, and Freddie Couples. And we were down in Newport. One of my neighbors up at Rock Creek is a member there, Don Du Bois, and he put us in a group together. And this dude, Charlie, was crushing balls. But his short game was okay. And Freddie was like, hey, his short game needs to get better to be. But the dude, he goes, if I was him, I wouldn't even worry about driving because the dude was hitting balls it was 410. Dude had 30, 40 yards in.
Yeah.
Yeah, Charlie Reeder is his name. He played, I think, at San Diego State or one of those schools down there. The kid is a bomber. I remember.
And he's a little guy.
He is. He's also got some swag. I don't know. I mean, the first time I saw him,
he does.
It was the U.S. Open at Brookline in 2021 when Matt Fitzpatrick won, and there was the huge driving range there, and there was a fence at the back, and they had the TrackMan, and it was maybe it was Wednesday before the U.S. Open, and Charlie had qualified for it, and I think he's playing mini tours now or Corn Ferry Tour trying to get status, but he had made it into the U.S. Open, and he was at the far right end of the driving range in the last slot. And the kid was surrounded by all these pros. He was wearing 4-inch shorts, just all quads, riding high. He had long.
That's what he had when we were playing.
Yeah, bro. These Gen Zers, man. So he had these long socks up his ankles, or up his calves. He had black leather FootJoys on. He had this.
He's put together though.
Hair.
He's put together.
Bro, he looked great. It just was it was the opposite of all these pros who kind of all look the same, look like NASCAR drivers with all their things, and literally the guy's hitting driver. And these Dustin Johnson stops his practice to just walk over and just watch the kid hit balls. And and then all of a sudden I turn around, there's DJ behind him, Victor Hovland sent him. There's a handful of these guys just like this, just watching this dude hit driver, and he was carrying it 350. I mean, it was bonkers, and it was dead straight. Off the planet right, off the planet left, it was just. But when he caught it, man, it was gnarly. The kid's got massive speed.
I mean, he was basically going around the course hitting 4-irons,
just bombing
and moving it past everybody hitting driver.
How was Freddie? Do you like playing with Freddie? Freddie's
I love
a legend,
Freddie.
man.
And Freddie's awesome. He's a huge baseball fan, so he was asking me baseball, which I love. But Freddie is an awesome dude. I love Freddie a lot.
He's so cool, man. We had him out for Happy Gilmore too, and he just he was the most chill, most fun guy to be around. And watching him interact with Jack Nicklaus and Faldo and Trevino, it's just he's got such a good sense of humor. He's so
He does.
I don't think there's any cooler golfer, man. I think Freddie's just got it locked up.
Freddie's awesome. Yeah, he's a really good dude.
Yeah.
How did he hit him when you play? Was he hitting it good? He's so
he hit him
smooth.
well. He hit him
So
well.
smooth.
He had all his hybrids in the bag. He had just put all his hybrids in the bag. So he's Dex, I'm trying to I'm old now. I'm gonna try to hit these hybrids instead of all these irons.
So smooth, man. So smooth.
Speaking of clubs, what are you gaming right now? What clubs are you
know
playing?
what? You know what's funny is the other day I'm on the range and Colin gives me his 9-wood. He's like, here, hit this. And I hit it and I'm like, this is crazy. This is really easy to hit. And so I guess he told Taylor, because TaylorMade was there, like they were demoing the new driver for next year or whatever. And so I guess he told the TaylorMade people, because they came back, like the tour truck came to Summit, and I missed them the first day, and they were like, Colin told me you'd probably be in here getting a 9-wood. So
Sick.
TaylorMade built me a 9-wood. He brings it out, they bring it out, and I'm over here hitting balls in front of them. We got the track man up, and they're teaching me how to hit. Like, they're like, hey, it's almost like hitting a knockdown. And I started hitting, and I was like, this is golden. It's so easy to hit. Mm-hmm. So like I haven't played with it yet because I haven't been able to get out because it's been too hot or really haven't had time to really get out. But I'm gaming a 9-wood now. So I took my 4-iron out and I'm gonna try the 9-wood for a little bit.
Oh man, the gearheads are gonna love that.
I am that close to the 9-wood. I've got the 7.
Bro, you gotta try it.
Well, I've got the 7-wood, and the 7-wood is my favorite club in my bag. Like I will hit when the day that breaks, it'll be the worst day of my life. And I've been like, man, I got to get that 9-wood, but
What kind of clubs do you swing?
I've got TaylorMades. So
okay, yeah. TaylorMade woods. I use TaylorMade woods. I use Mira. I'm a Mira ambassador too, so I use Mira irons. And look, Mira irons are great, and they're like for me, they're easy to hit. I love them. But the 9-wood, the TaylorMade 9-wood is crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy easy to hit. Like it goes up, like I'll fly it 238 to 241, and it will literally stop 2 or 3 yards.
Yep.
It's not going crazy.
What are you putting with?
I use a Circle T, Scotty. Mm-hmm. My boy works on the tour truck, so he hooks it up.
Classic.
Shout out to Drew Page.
Come on, Drew.
D-Paul.
Love that.
All right. Well, listen, we want to be respectful of your time, but we usually.
Oh, I can talk golf all day
okay,
long.
if you want to keep going.
Right, I got a couple more. I got a couple more.
You're the one who had the heart out, as I recall.
No, we're good. We're good.
Okay.
So for like, have you done like golf trips? I mean, as you've gotten into golf, it's like we always say it's like it used to be. I don't know, because you and I are the same age. I was looking it up. We're both 39. Yeah. We're both Atlanta kids. You went to Milton, right? Milton High School?
Yeah, where'd you go?
I went to McIntosh, which is down in Peachtree
cool.
City.
Yeah, I know Mac. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, I think we might be the same age.
I knew some baseball players out there.
Yeah, we had some good baseball players down there.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, not as good as you, obviously, but we were like it was 5A, so it was legit. We had some players.
100%.
So anyway, I think like back when I was in, my 20s, it was like if you go on a guys trip, you were going to Vegas and it was just like big Vegas times. But now it's like, it feels like everyone's going on golf trips. Like that's the thing. Even if you're not really a golfer, it's like the boys trip now, it's a golf trip. Have you done that with your guys? Have you made like golf travel? Do you have like a bucket list of courses you want to play? Have you gotten to do all that stuff? I mean, you've obviously played these celebrity tournaments, but have you done the golf trip?
Yeah, so actually Ray Allen does his golf trip down in DR. But we go on golf. I've been on me, CC. We've gone on golf trips. Jay Up, like a bunch of us. We always do we do golf trips. We try to get one in every year. We're trying to do Bandon. I want to go to Ireland and Scotland and do the whole realm.
Dude, it's spiritual, man.
I mean, golf trips when you can, like they're few and far between because we're all working and trying to get everybody's schedule together. But we'll go down to Cabo. We'll go down to Cabo and play. I don't know if it's more golf trips, but it's like golf tournaments that we go to, and all the boys go. So it's fun. But yeah, I mean, golf trips are elite. If you can get on a golf trip, I mean, I think they're good for life in general because you get to be around the boys. You know what I'm saying? Like you get to like drink, hang out, and talk golf, talk a lot of mess, and it's it's understated, especially when you're not competing like that anymore. So, yeah.
That first morning of the golf trip when you're kind of getting the clubs out, maybe it's not even light yet and you're getting ready to go to the airport. It's just like, it's the greatest feeling. And then when everybody shows up at the place, wherever you're staying, it's like you're pulling your putters out. You might be rolling 100%. A couple putts.
Everybody's talking shit.
Yeah. You're getting ready to go.
Watch you on the range. Oh, I need this. I need that. All right, come on. And then the cigars, everybody at the end is, hey, how'd you play?
It's the best.
And then the next day, if it's a multiple day tournament, the next day there's a bunch of people on the range trying not to throw up, and just like doubled over, like, oh shit.
Exactly.
This is my big hack for all the golf trips I go on, because I like to drink a lot. You've got to get smelling salts for the first tee for the second day when people are just like, I don't know if I can do this.
Really?
You crack one of those smelling salts and let's go. I'm ready to go.
I'm more of a just, hey, if I get a hangover, just keep it going.
Yeah.
Give me a Bloody Mary or something. Let's just ride.
Yeah. Hair of the dog. You got to balance it out. Yeah, for sure.
Right, yeah. And maybe not go crazy, but like, let me get like one in me and just, all right, now I'm back.
Yeah, we're back. We're back to flying. Have you played any of the like top, the classics? Have you played Augusta? Have you played like Cypress, Pine Valley?
I played Augusta twice. My neighbor's actually a member. Great neighbor.
Good neighbor to
great
have,
friend.
I'd say.
Yeah, great friend of mine. But he's a member. So I've been there twice. I played Pine Valley. I played some other good ones. East Lake, being in Atlanta.
Sure. You played Chicago golf with a.
I played Chicago golf. I'm actually playing Chicago golf on Monday.
Oh,
nice. For the
so
third time. Yeah. Oh, you gonna be there?
I'll be there, baby.
Oh, let's go.
Let's go.
We got to be in the same group.
Yo, I got to text Crane and be like, put us in the same group.
100%.
Oh my
100%.
God.
Too easy.
I played with Crane last time in that event, and I mean, what a legend. Like, so much
Crane's
fun.
the best.
He's the best.
So I'm playing. So yeah, we should all play together.
Let's do it.
It's
yeah,
too
we'll
easy.
talk. That's easy. Yeah, I'll shoot him a text.
We'll do that. But I'm gonna. I
come.
played. One of my favorite tracks out there. Shore Acres is sick.
I've never played Shore Acres. Yeah.
Old Elm is sick. I like Old Elm a lot.
I heard that's good. And then Bobo Link. I've never played
Bob,
Bobo
I
Link.
haven't played Bobo. I haven't played Bobo. I haven't played Butler. I haven't played Medina.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't played. I like Beverly a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Beverly's a
Beverly's
good
sick.
course.
Wait, what did you shoot at Augusta?
My best round there is a 78.
Yeah, breaking 80 at Augusta is a great feeling.
Yeah, the last time we went, I shot at 81 and at 83. So
That's pretty good.
That's awesome. That's great. Yeah, no,
But the greens were actually slow the first day, and then they sped them up the next day. But we were the first ones out, so we didn't warm up, no nothing. We literally just went out the cabin to then had to go back and pack the bags and left because we came back, but our member wanted to be the first one out, so we literally didn't go to the range. It's just raw dog. Let's just go.
Damn.
Yeah, that's the funniest part about Augusta to me is they're like the rule about the range where you're really not supposed to hit more than like 15 shots. Is
They let us do what we needed to do, but
you just like
the
get
first
out there.
day.
Yeah, get out there and warm up, but you ain't practicing out there. Like
You're not practicing. Yeah, for sure.
That's amazing. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm trying to play. I love golf. Like I said, you play Cow Club. You play the good ones. I'm actually a member at Rock Creek.
Where's that?
Montana. It's in Montana.
Yeah,
it's sick.
it's awesome.
Have you gotten to the point where you're starting to collect country clubs?
My wife won't let me.
Yeah.
She's like, golf memberships? It's like, you're stupid. Like, what do we? I said, they're stupid to you. Yeah. You don't play golf. I love them. But
this is the long con, right? You got to get your daughters into it. So then they're like, hey, honey, it's for them.
100%.
It's 100 for this for them.
The long play. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I got to use. But she's not gonna. She doesn't care. She doesn't care about any of that. So we're building a house in Park City at Marcella.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It's Tigers. Tigers doing one of the courses, and I mean that's going to be elite.
Have you
And
met
the
Tiger?
Trotty's course is going to be crazy. Yeah, I met Tiger.
Have you played with him?
I haven't played with him, no. But funny story. So he's doing Trout National. Mm-hmm. Trouty's doing his course. So we went up there, toured the course with Tiger. Trouty, we flew with Trouty out there. The course is going to be unbelievable too, by the way. But we get out there, and there's this long par 3. Like the par 3 at Oakmont, like it's 260, right? And we're standing around the gallery, and he's like, yeah, so you can, this is a risk reward 3. It's a par 3. And I'm like, okay, like you can, try to hit an iron in front of the green and chip up or whatever. You can just try to go all the way. And I was like, all right. It was like, anybody want to hit? And of course, Trouty and them were like, Dex, you first. I'm like, bro, like I haven't swung a club, like it's hot out, like, and so they give me this guy's club, and it's like a wobbly, like 3-wood, and I'm like, what am I gonna do with this? Like
Wet noodle.
And so I didn't tee up my woods. I only tee up a driver, right? So, because I like to keep it consistent, and I put the ball on the ground, and he's like, no, you can't take a divot, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'm trying to warm up, like, so I tee the ball up a little bit. I go to swing, and the club, no glove, no nothing. First swing, club almost comes out my hand. I duck hook it left. I mean, Tiger and like 40 people are like watching me. Duck hook it left. I was like, give me another one. So I'm like, and the club, I can feel the club head back here because it's like a senior like shaft, right? So I get back and I feel the club, so I'm like, I'm gonna lay off this, I'm gonna hold it so far right, and I'm just like, this is, everybody's like, boo. I was like, I should have just hit a driver, like just try to kill a driver and just send it, but that was my Tiger story.
You didn't make him?
I got it on film too.
You didn't give it to Tiger? Yeah, you should say, Tiger, show us how it's done.
Yeah.
He goes foul ball left and foul ball right.
Oh, Tiger.
Damn.
That's hard. That's cool.
That hurts.
Yes, I want to see that video. That'd be great.
I'll show you the video.
Yeah. Send it to us. All right, Dexter, you ready for some rapid-fire questions about your golf game?
Let's do it.
All right. Rapid-fire questions with Dexter Fowler. Do you like to walk or ride?
Depends on the course.
What's your biggest golf pet peeve?
Playing slow.
Favorite course you've ever played?
Augusta.
One course you want to play but you haven't yet?
Cypress.
Get to the course early or right out of the car to the first tee?
Early.
Name your dream foursome.
MJ, Tiger, Barack.
What's your favorite? That's a very good one. And also, I feel like very plausible to make happen. What's your favorite golf swing thought?
Don't think.
Favorite golf movie?
Happy Gilmore.
That's the right answer for Chad. Lay up or go for it?
I'm going for it. I didn't come here to lay up.
Change one rule in golf, what would it be?
If you're in the fairway and you go and the ball's in the divot, like you should be able to move it out the divot. Like this, like you shouldn't be penalized for hitting the ball in the fairway.
I feel like that's a rule that might change pretty soon because a lot of people talk about that one.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, how do you have a bad break and you hit the ball right where you needed to hit the ball?
Yeah. Most embarrassing golf moment?
Probably that one with Tiger.
Best golf tip you've ever received?
Best golf tip? Probably aim point.
What's your go-to food on the course?
Probably some dots.
Who do you wish you could hit the ball like?
Ludwig Auberge.
Favorite club in the bag?
Favorite club in the bag? Probably my 60.
Least favorite club in the bag?
That's tough. It's like your driver. Sometimes you're 3-wood. Sometimes, probably my driver.
Favorite adult beverage on the course?
Probably Modelo.
What makes you nervous on the course?
Probably not hitting the shot I want, and then having to recover.
Have you ever had a hole-in-one?
No, but I was at Shadow the last week. I've come so close. I was at Shadow the last week, and I hit a ball. It was 203. It was the one where, I don't know if you played Shadow, but it's the long par 3 with the rocks on the side, and so I hit a 7-iron, and it's halfway in the air, and I said that ball's in the hole. Mm-hmm. It bounces, hits the stick at the bottom to 11 inches. I was like, you gotta be kidding me! Like you could see it hit the bottom of the pin. Like it must have hit the pin inside the hole. If the pin wasn't there, it would have gone straight. It probably.
Brutal. What's your best score you've ever scored?
74.
And give us one word to describe your game.
Nice.
I like that.
It's nice. It's nice.
I love that.
This has been nice hanging out with you, dude. I feel like you're definitely going to have to come back on because I think it was just like the tip of the iceberg with talking golf with you.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, I could do this all day, every day. If we're talking golf, look, I'm sitting here watching golf right now in my office. If I turn, I'm going to turn my camera around, look.
There it is.
Yeah.
Oh, you got the multi-view going, too. Smart man.
Killing it.
That's killing it. Love it. Love it. Awesome.
I go in my office, I'm like, I'm going to do some work, and I'm over here watching golf.
Yeah, we got the office simulator going, and we had the U.S. Open on the big simulator screen, which was the move. So we're all just hitting balls, watching golf on the simulator. It's perfect. Got to come by the office next time you're in L.A. And then, 100%. When you're in L.A., we'll go play some golf together. We'll get out there and get a game.
It's too easy.
We'll get Mookie. We'll go do it.
100%.
Yeah.
Love it.
We'll do it. All right, brother. We'll see y'all.
Thank you,
Thanks,
bud.
Dexter.
Thank you, guys.
Later.
So Dexter Fowler, what a legend.
Dude, that might be the biggest sicko of the golf sickos we've had on. He was like, "No, yeah, I'll keep talking. I don't have a problem. Let's talk
I just
about
thought
golf."
he's like, yeah, I almost had a hole in one. It was a 203-yard par 3. I mean, the guy is so dialed into his game and clearly is obsessed with golf. By the way, second Obama mention for our dream foursome. Mm-hmm. I feel like you said it, but that seems very achievable. I think you could get MJ, Tiger, and Obama together if you're Dexter Fowler. So, and hopefully we'll put it out in the universe for him that any one of our listeners that happens to have an in at Cypress, let's take Dexter Fowler out. He wants to go.
I mean, I could make that happen for him, I guess.
There you go.
But he needs to bring
unaccompanied.
He's got to also bring Tiger and Barack,
Obama.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, we can make that happen for him. No, awesome guy. Love Dex. What a golf sicko.
Yeah, absolute golf sicko, man. That was really fun. It's funny because I do other podcasts, and I have found it is hard to book other podcasts because people don't want to say something and get in trouble and get canceled, and they're always like, I don't need to do that. But I've been finding that it's much easier to book this one because if the stakes are low of like, we're just talking about golf, I don't care about your personal life, I don't care about the PR of things, they're like, really? Okay, I can come do that.
Totally. Yeah, like I'm in.
Yeah. Sure. Golf? Yeah.
Yeah, I had one of our mutual friends who will hopefully be appearing on the show very shortly was like, I never say yes to podcasts, but I want to do this one because we're talking golf, man. Like I want to do it. Yeah. So I love it. And I guess I'm playing golf with Dexter on Monday. So for next week's show, I will recount our experience, and we will have some stories. I'll tell you how he played, and hopefully we'll gang up on Crane Kenny from the Chicago Cubs org. Yeah,
I'm excited to see if he plays up to that 3 or not.
I just have a feeling that he will.
I have a feeling that as well. Yeah.
So the bigger question is, will I play up to the 0.0?
Yeah, exactly.
Answer is going to be no.
This has been a fun one. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you want to DM us at Vanity Index Podcast, please do on Instagram. Tell us who you want us to talk to. I saw. Do you watch that show Tires?
Oh yeah,
Shane Gillis' show. So the guy that plays his boss on the show is like a big golfer and finally broke 80 recently. And someone DM'd us being like, "You need to get him on." So I'm gonna DM him and see if we can get him on as well. But if you guys have any
Durbin,
idea,
right?
Yeah, very funny.
Yeah, he's hilarious. Yeah, he's hilarious. Yeah, he's a member. I think at I want to say he's a member at Westchester Country Club. And so he's a huge golfer. So why don't you slide into his DMs, Wells?
Yeah. I mean, it's weird that one man is sliding into another man's DMs, but anything for the pod, guys.
Anything for the pod. No, it's if I saw you showing up in the DMs, I'd be thrilled.
Yeah. All right, guys. Cool. Well, this is a fun one. Chad, play well on Monday, and
thank you, Wells.
Yeah, take some pictures. We need to share this with all the listeners.
Yes, absolutely. Will not be taking pictures at Chicago Golf Club. You're not even allowed to have your phone on the property. You can't even have your phone in your car. But I will take a bunch of pictures in my mind, and I will use my whatever mellifluous voice to kind of retell all of these great stories that we are sure to have from our Monday outing at Chicago Golf.
Regale us with the times at Chicago Golf Course. All right. See you guys. All right, VIPers, listen up. If you made it this far, you clearly have impeccable taste. You're handsome and beautiful and smart, or you're stuck in traffic, either way. Do us a solid, hit that subscribe button, follow the show, and if you're feeling generous, drop us a rating and a review.
keep up with all the celebrity sandbaggers and behind-the-scenes chaos, make sure you're following us on all the socials. We're talking Instagram, X, or Twitter, whatever it's called now. TikTok, everywhere you can possibly stalk us, we're there. Vanity Index Podcast.